What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to the Daily Walk with Lance. This is where I take my morning Bible devotional. I record it and I upload it and share it with you guys. Like I say before every video, don't view me as a spiritual leader, prophet, nothing like that. I'm just the average Joe trying to show other average Joes. If you'll take 20 minutes out of your day, even if you have a busy 9 to 5, you'll learn the Bible more. You'll learn God's will more. You'll learn what that natural, a lot of people call it instinct, but that natural push God will give you in the right direction. And the only way you can do that is to have discernment. And the only way you could tell if, Christian content creators are being honest and biblical, you have to be in the Word yourself to know. So, while anyone who makes content, we're grateful for every view. But at the same time, y'all should be reading it for yourself. You shouldn't be reliant on anyone else. Let's see. Let's just go ahead and get right into it today. I had a late ball game last night. Not too late, but late for me. And I'm like low energy today. But let's just get into it. This is the Bible devotional for what is today, April 22nd. And as always, I'm in the New American Standard Bible. We are in the book of Psalm, we're just going to do all chapter 31. This is King David when he is, for context, this is King David when it was before he became king officially, but it was when King Saul was after him, trying to get to him. And so it starts off. In you, Lord, I have taken refuge. Let me never be put to shame. In your righteousness, rescue me. Incline your ear to me. Rescue me quickly. Be a rock of strength for me, a stronghold to save me. For you are my rock and my fortress. For the sake of your name, you will lead me and guide me. You will pull me out of the net which they have secretly laid for me. For you are my strength. Into your hand I entrust my spirit. You have redeemed me, Lord, God of truth. I hate those who devote themselves to worthless idols, but I trust in the Lord. I will rejoice and be glad in your faithfulness, because you have seen my misery. You have known the troubles of my soul, and you have not handed me over to the enemy. You have set my feet in a large place. Be gracious to me, Lord, for I am in distress. My eye is wasted away from grief, my soul and my body too. For my life is spent with sorrow, and my years with sighing. My strength has failed because of my guilt, and my body has wasted away. Because of all my adversaries, I have become a disgrace, especially to my neighbors, and an object of dread to my acquaintances. Those who see me in the street flee from me. I am forgotten like a dead person. Out of mind, I am like a broken vessel. For I have heard the slander of many. Terror is on every side. While they took counsel together against me, they schemed to take away my life. But as for me, I trust in you, Lord. I say, you are my God. My times are in your hand. Rescue me from the land of my enemies and from those who persecute me. Make your face shine upon your servant. Save me in your faithfulness. Let me not be put to shame, Lord, for I call upon you. Let the wicked be put to shame. Let them be silent in Sheol. Let the lying lips be speechless, which speak arrogantly against the righteous, with pride and contempt. How great is your goodness, which you have stored up for those who fear you, which you have performed for those who take refuge in you, before the sons of mankind. You hide them in a secret place of your presence from the conspiracies of mankind. You keep them secretly in a shelter from the strife of tongues. Blessed be the Lord. For he has shown his marvelous faithfulness to me in a besieged city. As for me, I said in my alarm, I am cut off from your eyes. Nevertheless, you heard the sound of my pleadings when I called to you for help. Love the Lord, all his godly ones. The Lord watches over the faithful, but fully repays the one who acts arrogantly. Be strong and let your heart take courage. all you who wait for the Lord. And again, that is Psalm chapter 30. Yeah, Psalm 31. And so it's just showing that, you know, while we think of David as this courageous leader, he had his fears, he had his doubt. Like, he knew that he needed God's help. He knew he wasn't going to overcome this without help. That it wasn't strength in himself that led him to the life he had. It was the strength that God gave him. That he believed so much in God that God helped, and he's going back to God saying, "Hey, I need help again. Like, there's stuff going on down here that, I mean, obviously God knows, but you know, like I say, while God knows everything, He still wants us to talk with Him about it, because that's how we learn, is through that relationship." And so David's like, "Hey, you know what? I'm in over my head again. You know, this is something that I need divine help with. That I'm not. If things are just left to the humanly way, I'm not gonna make it." And it's not like he's like, "Oh, woe is me," or "Oh, my life's so hard." It's not that. No, he's just laying out exactly what is going on. Like, he knows there's a conspiracy, and he's not, like I said, it's not like he's losing his mind worried. No, he's just saying, "Hey, Lord, I'm trying to be strong, but all these things adding up together, I'm going to need help." Like, and that's all God wants us to do, is just admit that we need help, and to come to Him with it, and be honest and open about it. Like, David knew this, his human shortcomings weren't going to get him through this, and obviously um, we know that David gets through this and becomes king, but he still had to go through these situations. It's like, there's a lot of people say courage isn't not being scared, it's what you do in response to being scared. And so, that's what David's doing. He's saying, I'm scared, but I'm going to stand strong, because my foundation and my rock is God. And so, with that foundation, I know that God can do anything, and whatever we're going through is nothing. But again, God, He just wants us to be honest about our situations and that we need help. Just be honest. That's honesty and obedience will get you a long way in this world when it comes to trying to live the right way. Let me see. I kind of just went over my notes in my head right there. Make sure. And obviously, King David wrote this psalm himself. Yeah. Yep. So I covered all my notes without even looking at them. Getting better at this. Alright, y'all. If this is the first time one of my videos, if you would, please drop me a follow, hit that like button, share the video. I don't say that just to be a grifter. That's just the way the algorithm works right now. Outside of prayer, the best way you can help any content creator is, the follow, like, share, comment, all that stuff tells the algorithm, hey, people are wanting to see this video, we need to push it out more. And obviously, big content creators, big businesses, they all have a natural push because they're already established. They've already earned that. So, they're going to get that push anyway. But for any smaller content creator, the best way outside of prayer to help us is to interact with the videos. And like I said, do that for any content creator that you enjoy their content, not just me. All right, y'all. I think that's going to do it for today. I'll catch y'all tomorrow. Peace.